And my D goes face. Thanks for the sub. Welcome to the StrifeCro. Here's a crow fist.
I must protect the wild.
It's worth thinking last game that like basically I nourished for mana and then I wrathed his Mire Keeper, kept my 3/3 alive that turn. That was kind of a turning point. Like that's definitely a decision because one of my first intuitions was just to play the Drake on 5, trade in, have a 4/4 left over instead of a 3/3, but I have much less mana. In this match, what I've learned from playing a lot yesterday is that you should try not to fight Shaman on board like this with the 1/1s. I feel like the only time this is pretty decent is playing this exactly on turn 1 and going first. I think even if you're going second here, you should probably just not play Living Roots oftentimes. So he is overloaded. I feel like I may just have to trade everything here and then Hero Power again with this hand to kill it, because he can have Spirit Calls. Killing one of my guys kind of, ruins my plan here. Can't roll Healing Totem, can't roll Taunt Totem with 1 mana. Turn 1, if he plays Maelstrom Portal, Coin Maelstrom Portal, at least he burns his coin, so I think it's okay. And even if he plays Spirit Calls turn 1, like you play Living Roots, they play Spirit Calls, hit your guy, you can still... I guess it's not that great, but it's... I was thinking you can kill the turn 2 totem still. I guess you can't, huh? Wait, no. You have 2/1/1s, he plays Spirit Calls, kills 1. You go face, he makes totem... Yeah, so you can't even do it on turn 2. Never mind, actually. I don't know if you should even play that. If you should even play Living Roots turn 1, going first. StrifeCro, what do you think about Black Knight in the standard meta? I think there's too many Malygos Druids which don't run taunts. I feel like it's better off. You're better off just going for spell power swipes and stuff. Let's go ahead and save my spell powers for combo. Savant's actually pretty underwhelming this match. I'm just gonna go ahead and drop it whenever. Mikchi, thanks for the resub. 22 months. StrifeCro, Fist, Veilfish. Here's a Crow Fist. Why don't you run Moonkins for Shamans? I was running Moonkin and I was like having a really hard time against all the tempo mage I was fighting yesterday. Because what happens is when you play it from the Curator late game or you combo with Swipe against tempo mage turn 8, turn 9, like these late turns, what happens is they just kill you after because they have all the Moonkin spell power. And Blood Mage is almost as good. It clears some nice stuff as well without exposing yourself to that. I'm actually still going to wall growth here with this hand because I have the Nourish to draw a lot of cards. So I don't necessarily want to wait till turn 10 to cycle wall growth because I already have so many cards. Another move I was thinking of was playing a Tempo Blood Mage, saving the wall growth. But also it's like Blood Mage is much easier to combo with spells than Azure Drake is. Not to mention if I play Blood Mage and it dies, which will die, I'll have 8 mana because I don't play wall growth, so I can't play Azure Drake Swipe either if I top deck Swipe. I feel like I might want to Nourish first here, because I can draw... I just draw more cards, so I can get a spell to remove Azure Drake. Like, even if I get Wrath, I can just Blood Mage Wrath, right? Whereas I have 3 draws for Wrath instead of just Azure Drake and having, like, 1 draw for Wrath. I'll go ahead and save this spell. Let's go ahead and play Barnes. Well, maybe I use it to get, like, Malygos. We'll see.
Time waits for no one.
This is why I have 2 good targets. Even face is okay. I was thinking just saving all this stuff for a super swipe, but I still have a pretty good swipe here with Azure Drake Swipe. If I get 8 face damage, that's about as good as this super spell with Malygos anyways. So even though I'm using a Moonfire here before Malygos, if I'm getting 8 damage in with Ragnaros, then it's still worth it. But yeah, like this card's really good going into the late game. I do believe Marikir's just better in turn 4, but it's like there's just a lot of targets now that I added Blood Mage and Sylvanas. I think Blood Mage is so good to have in this deck anyways. It's like almost as good as Jungle Moon Cannon Cycles without the downside. So unless you're using Curator, which I found pretty underwhelming actually playing it a lot. I can either have an 8-8 here or a 5-5. 8-8 is a little bit better, but this gives me the activation, allowing me to do 2 things in 1 turn or even 3, since Arcane Giant gets cheaper as well. He hasn't even used any hexes yet, so...
We hunger for vengeance.
Got 5-9 damage from hand, plus 4... Okay, so no lethal. I'm probably just gonna swipe here. Well, start by seeing what I draw. I might just Wrath Hero Power, maybe. I feel like it's better just push here. Another possible move I can do is something like Wrath plus Arcane Giant. Like Wrath of Blood Mage, trade for the Mana Tower Arcane Giant, but I think it's just... This is enough on board already. Nishishima, thanks for the sub. Welcome to the StrifeCro. Here's a Crowfist. Do you use an amp with your HD 800 headphones? Yeah, I have an amp called like the Lovely Cube. I didn't spend too much on the amp.
You win this one.
Malfurion versus Jaina.
You asked for it.
I must protect the wild.
I missed your sub a moment ago. Oh no, Stalos. Oh yeah, I do see. It's actually between another sub. I actually just completely missed it. Thanks for the sub, Stalos. Welcome to the StrifeCro. Here's a Crowfist. You know, one reason why I was thinking about like why Raven Isle is like almost always a bad keep for this version is because like Malygos Druid now compared to like some of the old like token druids, you have a lot of dead cards and like Moonfire and stuff. And the point is, if you keep Raven Idol and you miss, like you get kind of like a low impact spell or just something that's not very good. A lot of times you get like a bunch of buff cards like Mark of the Wild, Mark of Nature, you know, stuff like Force of Nature, just stuff that doesn't do anything. What happens is like, then you also have the dead cards. Like, see here is exactly what I'm talking about. This is not uncommon at all. And then you have like the Moonfires being dead cards and these cards being dead cards. So I like keeping Raven Isle much less than like against, say, if you're playing like the old token druids and stuff. Removal is really good. I think Starfire is good. Force Nature is maybe okay, but we can play turn 2 Force Nature, try to snowball that with rats. How hard is that to deal with for Mage? It's like okay. I guess let's take it. It could also be Freeze Mage, I guess, right? If it's Freeze Mage, Force Nature is much better. I need some early minion pressure. Okay, so it looks like it is Freeze Mage. I'm glad I didn't take the Starfire. Let's go ahead and not play Force Nature here, though. No one to just trade one of his guys in. I do want to cycle over... Oh, wait, actually... I wonder if I could have just played Force Nature and Moonfired it, because damage, that's like 6 damage on turn 2 against Freeze Mage. The problem is that I don't even get the Cycle of Wrath, and if he doesn't play any more minions, I still don't get the Cycle of Wrath for a long time. I'm not worried about like Moonfire here for Malygos, because if I just push in more damage by using Moonfire this turn, it's still worth it. Like Moonfire 6 damage with Malygos, if I can get 6 damage in for Force Nature one turn earlier, it's already worth it. Cloudy Wolf 707, thanks for the sub. Welcome to the Strife crew. Here's a Crowfist. I feel like I saw it move too late. I do like this more. Sylvanas is much easier to deal with. Fireball, for example. And this is 3/2/2 is very hard for Furious Mage to deal with cleanly. Another problem is if I play Sylvanas into like a later Force Nature, on that turn he can Doomsayer Fireball my Sylvanas, donate me the Doomsayer. It's kind of weird.
Mind if I roll need?
Looks like potentially setting up for an Ice Barrier or Ice Block and ping next turn. Definitely want to cycle. Just want to do a quick think here. I think cycling is just better, actually, than hero powering. Even the armor matters a lot. There's also off chance he plays Frostwood Doomsayer this turn, and me having this extra spell power allows me to kill the Doomsayer much easier. I feel like technically I could kill a Doomsayer even if I didn't have the Blood Mage down, but I feel like I would have to like, let's see it. I definitely have to like blow everything. I feel like I'd have to like Feral Rage, Blood Mage, Coin, Moonfire, Living Roots or something. So it does add up, I guess. This is 1 damage every turn now. This matchup's very good for me. I have Feral Rage as the heal, as well as big minions. Like, I could drop Malygos turn 9 this matchup, or just as early as possible. Can't really kill it. Ragnarok's kind of same way. Arcane Giant's kind of same way. Pretty much has to die Doomsayer, but it's like the chance of Doomsayer going off is so low against those minions. Now that he's single target down my Drake, I feel pretty good about the Sylvanas here. If he donates me a Doomsayer, it's like, it's not that much different, because he's still fireballing the Sylvanas. And then there's only like 3 power left on board, so it's very likely we play this even if he left up the Drake though. Because if we Nourish here, he Flame Strikes. This is like a nice thing to play around Flame Strike as well. Should be able to kill this very easily. Nice to save some spells for Malygos.
Time waits for no one. For the wild.
It's actually kind of weird. I wonder if it's just better for me to save the heal, actually. I think it is actually better for me to save the heal and just use 2 spells. It's like less damage, but I guess I don't need that much damage, right? Against Freeze Mage. I was also even thinking about just saving the swipe, because I don't need to blow everything in 1 turn when I play Malygos. Like, I think I just like playing Malygos here. This is all about stopping his draw. Technically, I have enough damage with just this Living Roots Moonfire, right? This is already, like, I mean, I guess technically, and it's not technically as big as his life total is, but especially me kind of like misplaying the heal, like after Alex draws it potentially, he has just a lower chance to draw Alex draws if I kill if I kill this guy. And plays around the Doomsayer donate. It's a good draw. 9 plus 6, okay.
For the wild.
Let's just get the heal out of the way. I feel like I never use it for damage with more burn in my hand. Actually, that's maybe a slight misplay, right? Say Alex draws himself in the face this turn. Technically, I might need the damage. 7 plus 5 is 12. I'd probably draw something to Nourish, but yeah, I guess it's probably not good to do that. Not that I think he would really be able to win if he Alex draws himself to heal. Still, though. Just keep our options open, right? It's like, say if it's ice, if it's ice fury, we win anyways by attacking. If it's ice block, we can go ahead and maybe living roots the Emperor.